Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Vechain. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And as always, before getting into the charts, I want to mention the two donation links down below in the description. One link is for donations to the Ukrainian military, and the other one is for supporting the Ukrainian refugees. I am half Ukrainian, half Syrian, so this means a lot to me, and this is one of the ways that I'm trying to support my country. And not a lot, but some people seem to have a problem with that. So if that is the case, then you can obviously leave the channel and you don't need to watch my videos. No one's forcing you to, but don't leave negative comments. Now, with that being said, let's jump into the daily chart. So we are looking at Vechain over here. We have our Fibonacci retracement. As you can see, we did lose this swing low over here, which was our May/July bottom. After that capitulation in May, we did consolidate for multiple months, and we have printed a lower low. Now, I've been talking about losing this low on multiple different charts, and as you can see, we printed a lower low. So essentially, what is happening right now is we are in a downtrend on the daily chart in the grand scheme of things, right? So this is not looking very good. Now, what I am afraid of is that we're going to run into the golden ratio here, print a lower high, right, and continue on with the downtrend and print a lower low. That is something that I think is potentially going to happen unless we start, really getting heated up with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin starts getting closer to $50,000, $60,000, because once that happens and the money starts flowing from Bitcoin to the higher caps, from the higher caps to the low cap gems, then all these altcoins are going to start appreciating. And Vechain is not a small project by any means. Now, we have the swing high here in April, and we have the swing low here. February 24th, actually, that's when the war started. Yeah, a lot of altcoins had long wicks to the downside at that point, so that was a good buying opportunity. And let me just fix up the retracement so it's perfectly aligned. There we go. So what is happening right now is we ran into the 0.382 over here, which is at 0.08294 cents. We ran into that level and we lost the 20 EMA, we lost the 55 EMA, which is the red line, 20 being the yellow. And this level over here is the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement that we lost as well, which is sitting at 0.062 cents. Now, as you can see, what we're doing right now is we're adhering to this trend line, this support trend line. Obviously, there is the potential that we may lose it over here. But what could happen as well is we have this resistance here. We can essentially find ourselves in a rising triangle, a rising wedge, an ascending, triangle, whatever you want to say. And this could be bullish with a nice breakout to the upside, potentially a back test. So we're attacking the 0.382 mainly. That is what we need to do. But we do have the 0.236 before the 0.382, obviously. Now, if we saw another capitulation, another FUD dump into the markets, another black swan event, then I would look at 0.039, and this is obviously where we bottomed out here, February 24th. But obviously, I would encourage you to have the buy order slightly above, right? I wouldn't even go that low. Just to be safe, what I would do is I would draw out this rectangle over here, right? Because that's where a lot of wicks were. And that's where I would set some of the orders, basically. So anywhere from 4.5 cents all the way down to 0.0438 cents. So that's the area where I would be buying. And if it went below that, you can always buy some more, but never buy all in at once, because the price, as you know, can always go lower. Now, taking a look at some long-term targets, because people usually ask about this in the comment section. And I'm not going to throw random numbers at you. I'm not going to say like 50 cents, 10 cents. I use the Fibonacci retracement to give me those targets, because as you can see, we're adhering to the levels very nicely here. We got rejected from the 786. We got rejected from the 382 here. We got bounced from the 382 here. So this is a valid, support slash resistance retracement. And the one target that I'm going to be targeting here is 9.5 cents, right? That's actually 95 cents. I do apologize. So that is something that we are potentially going to get to after we break this swing high over here. Okay, we need to break that in order to start targeting that, because this is the first fib level, this is the swing high. So after we have our retracement back towards the swing high, hopefully after we break the golden ratio, which is the most important Fibonacci level, we retrace, we break through this level here, and only then can we start targeting the 1.618. So I do apologize. I do forget closing my Telegram before recording, so I'm getting a lot of messages and calls. Sorry for that. And yeah, so hopefully we don't get a bearish cross on the daily chart here, because that would mean that we're potentially having a confirmation of the downtrend, and you can obviously see that we may end up down here above 4 cents, which is not something that we want. Ideally, what we want is we're starting a little uptrend over here. Obviously, we have this swing low, we have another swing low, which is a higher low, and essentially we are potentially starting a little uptrend here, which is bullish, obviously. So we need to stay above this low here. Even if we come down this low, that's your potential double bottom pattern there, but we don't want to lose this low for the midterm. But long term, obviously, I think crypto will appreciate, and I think the majority of the higher cap altcoins will appreciate with Bitcoin as well as Ethereum. Now, if you're in a whole bunch of low cap gems, then that's just not smart in my opinion, but that's a different topic for a different video. Let's jump into the daily RSI. So not a lot to show here. Obviously, you can see that we were overbought here above the index of 70 on the daily RSI. So if you ask me, would it be smart to take some profits on these levels, then I would obviously say yes, and you could have bought back in a bit lower. Now, as you can see, we do have a support trend line here, which basically resembles the support trend line that we have here on the price action, right? So, and we just had a bounce from this trend line, which is nice. And hopefully what's going to happen is we're going to start winding down and tightening up in this area until we have a massive break to the upside, right? Or, arguably we could have a break to the downside as well. That is also possible. We could get oversold here, just like we were in this area over here. And as you can see, once you are in the oversold, you usually get the recovery real fast here. So that's something to keep in mind. Now let's jump into the Binance chart real quick for some more oscillators. Okay, flipping over to the 4-hourly chart, I do want to bring your attention to a bearish divergence. Actually, no, that is a bullish divergence. My apologies. So here we're printing a lower low, right? You have your first low, you have your second low, which is lower than the first one. That's a lower low. However, on the RSI over here, we're printing a higher low, okay? And that is bullish. That is a bullish divergence. Basically, after this, we usually get recoveries and we usually get spikes in the price action. So if I were to expect a move to the upside, let's say this plays out, I would look for 0.069 cents as a resistance. So if you were to enter right now, let's say, let me get that. If you were to enter right now, that would be a nice 15.5% trade. And if you're looking to get some sell orders at the 1.272, this is a different Fibonacci retracement. Don't mix it up with the previous one. And that's a 34% trade. So this Fibonacci retracement is slightly different, I want to say, because this is our swing low here, February 24th, and the swing high is over here, February 8th. Okay, so this gives us the 1.618 at 0.098 cents. And essentially what we've done here on this retracement is we're coming back down to the golden ratio. So I would expect a bounce off of 5.5 cents, okay? That would still be bullish because essentially you're bouncing off the golden ratio. You broke through it here, had a little back test, you got overextended, came for another back test, and from there you continue on, which is bullish in my opinion, because you're bouncing off the golden ratio. That's always bullish. Okay, and yeah, that is pretty much it. Let's just jump into a couple of oscillators here on the daily chart. So the stochastic RSI, let me just zoom out. So the stochastic RSI is in the oversold, and this, as always, means that it's always a great opportunity to stock up on some crypto once the stochastic is in the oversold position. Moving down to the MACD, we just got the confirmation of the downtrend with this bearish cross on the daily chart. Now we're already getting a bit overextended to the downside, so potentially we just need to wait for Bitcoin to start consolidating and some of the altcoins can start rallying, and hopefully that's when we have a relief rally for Vechain as well. And that is pretty much it. So you have some support levels, you have a couple of resistance levels. Decide what you want to do. If you're not into selling, then you need to look out for these support levels and buy some more Vechain off of these support levels. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Feel free to join me on Patreon. It's a great way to support me and a great way for you to get more exclusive content. TA analysis, video requests, market sentiment analysis, project reviews, and a whole bunch more stuff is on the Patreon page. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Check out the donation links down below if you want to support Ukraine financially. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.